こんにちは。はじめまして。クルトです。よろしくお願いします。私はアメリカ人です。学生です。デラウェア州に住んでいます。I learned a lot this week, as you can see by the Japanese that I exhibited at the very beginning. I'm really trying to focus on the things that I can use to actually greet people while I'm over there. I want to get those really understood now and in my memory so that if I forget all else, I'll at least be able to introduce myself and my name and maybe just say a little bit about who I am and what country I'm from. So starting this early will really just ingrain that in my mind, so that'll be something that I'll always remember. This is my second week studying now, second recorded week at least. I made a lot of progress this week. I spent about 15 to 20 hours studying this week, and that's everything from grammar to writing in the Kanji system to actually speaking and understanding the language in a colloquial fashion. One of the big things is I am now up to 86 kanji memorized and being able to use those in actual situations with a lot of very common vocabulary. 86 is great for only studying for about a month and a half total right now. By the end of the month, January, I'm trying to get to 150, and by the time I go over there, I want to be somewhere around 500. So I have a lot of work to do, and I'm trying to find a way to make it go faster, which I know that I can do by really focusing when I'm studying on Wanekani. So I'm really hoping that I'll be able to hit my goal by the time I leave for Japan. In addition to that, I have been studying a lot in the Genki textbook, which is a great thing for grammar. I've made it through 2 chapters this week, and what I did was I went through the lessons and I did all the examples by myself, and I'm thinking of recruiting my brother to help out as well for the partner stuff. And I also went through at the very beginning and I included all the vocab, I wrote it all down, and I put it into Memrise, so I'm going to be learning that over the coming weeks. Over time, I'll just be using an SRS system to slowly start knowing the vocabulary by heart, so that if I hear it or if I need to say it, I will know it. In addition to this, I finished the first season of The Absolute Beginner on Japanese Pod, which is the very first set of lessons, and I've moved on to season 2. Where I'll be continually doing about 2 or 3 of those a day and then spending some time reviewing the ones that I've done in the past. Listening is crucial in the language, as you know, you can't really have a conversation if all you're doing is speaking and you can't understand what the other person is saying. So I'm really trying to get the speed up so that when they speak really fast and at a normal pace, I can break the words up and actually translate them in my head or have an innate sense of what they're saying, which is the end goal. Some cool things that have happened this week where I've started to gain understanding is that the introduction to some of the Japanese media I'm watching, I'm noticing a lot of the kanji in there, and I've actually been able to put a couple of the kanji together and understand, even if it's just a fraction of a sentence, I was able to understand that, which is really cool. It's helping to, this language that I've seen for so long, I'm able to actually pick out a part and understand it. Another cool thing is I took a Japanese N5 placement test. And if the levels of Japanese go N5, N4, N3, N2, and N1, N5 is, basic Japanese, or at least a lot of basic Japanese. N4 is, basic Japanese. N3 is you can start using it for everyday conversation. N2 is you've mastered everyday conversation. And N1 is everything beyond that, getting into the really fluent part. In about 80 to 85 hours of study time, I'm getting to about 50% of the way to N5, which is great. A lot of places say that it can take up to 400 hours. So I'm definitely on track for at least hitting that goal, but I'm thinking I might be able to hit it in at least, maybe 150 to 200 hours, which would be great. That means this method I'm using is working out really, really nicely. If you have any questions about maybe learning the Japanese language or maybe understanding how exactly a study abroad or an exchange might work in Japan, post them below and I'd love to answer them. If you want to keep following this journey, remember to subscribe, and I'll be posting a video every single week, including the time I'm in Japan, so that'll be pretty cool to actually see how I can use the stuff I've been learning in Japan to live in the Japanese lifestyle. See you next week, and ja mata!